So what we have is a Hyundai i10. What we're going to do is change a belt. So there are two belts. You can see the short belt is down there at the bottom, and then there's another belt sits here. The short belt sits on the outside. If you need to take out the long belt, then you need to take out the short belt first and then take out the long one. But in this case we're only changing the short one, but both of them change basically the same way. You can see down here there's a lock. We have to undo that, and then we're going to screw the belt back until we can get the belt out. We can loosen it. For that we need a number 12 wrench. So as you can see, I brought all of my wrenches, but really we only need a 12 socket and a 12 box wrench. So I'm trying to get an angle here where you can see it. There's a nut. There's a nut there. And I'm going to use the box wrench. We're going to put it on backwards and loosen it. Does not have to be loosened a lot. And it's really hard to get a socket wrench in here, so this is why we're using the box wrench. Okay, once it's loosened, then we're going to go to the bolt that's in back here. And we're going to this bolt back here. We're going to loosen that now. So you can see we have the okay, and it's coming loose fairly easily. And the hatch is not holding anymore, so we're going to back it off by hand now. And we need to back it off until we can get this belt off here, this one here. Okay, so the one on the right is the old belt. One on the left is the new one we're going to put in. If we look carefully at the old belt, if I just turn it backwards here, you can see how it's splitting up, breaking up. Okay, and it was squealing. Now I could have just tightened it, but I thought, well, it was getting old and it's squealing, time to just change it. So we got ourselves a new one. Now we're going to put it back in, down underneath there, and just tighten everything back up, just reverse order. If we were changing both belts, here's where the others are. It's the same thing. You loosen this one here, this one, and then once that's loose, then you loosen this one back here, and this whole unit will move. This is the alternator. It'll move, and then you can get your belt off. But since we're not working on anything there, and the belt is plenty tight enough, you don't need to tighten that anymore. Okay, I'm hoping that you can see something. Put your belt on the main pulley first. If you can see it down there, we're going to put it on the main pulley first, and then bring it back to the air conditioning, which is where it belongs. Okay, and it's much easier to do it that way. Now we have it on the air conditioning down here. Hope we can see it at all. So there it is there on the air conditioning. Okay, now we're going to do things in reverse order. We're going to tighten this bolt up here first. Once it's tight, then we're going to tighten the holding bolt here. While we're at it, I'll give you a little trick here. If you take your socket and just put it on with your fingers, and just tighten it with your fingers until you can't tighten it anymore. Much easier than using the socket wrench. Now, you don't want the belt to be too tight. I'm trying to squeeze my hand in here so we have room for the camera. But if you can see, we need to be able to move the belt about a ½ centimeter. Why do you need to have so much play? Because if it's too tight, the bushings in your compressor for the air conditioner or If it's the alternator belt, the bushings in the alternator will use more quickly, get worn out more quickly, and the belt itself will also end up getting stretched, and the cloth backing will get stretched, and you don't want that to happen. So we've got the tension the way we want it. Now we're going to tighten this. This one has to be tight. You see it has a lock washer on it. Very important that it be tight, otherwise this can start undoing itself. You don't want that to happen. So there you have it. One number 12 millimeter pocket, 12 millimeter box. We've changed this. See it now going away there. And there's no squealing. Everything is working fine. Air conditioning is on. And no squealing. So it is dead easy to change these belts on your own.